Hello, happy Sunday. You see that my hair is all pinned up because, well, it's not that hot, but it's hot, okay? It's just, I went out there to check on the vegetables, and that sun got me, and I was like, phew, maybe it's because I'm wearing black, but I was like, ooh, this hair's got to go up. Anyway, it's nice for when you're cooking anyway to get it up, right? All right, well, let's make a cooking video, shall we? Let's make some macaroni and cheese. This is how my mama made macaroni and cheese, baked macaroni and cheese, but mine is gonna be gluten and dairy-free, but the recipe is the same. So you don't have to worry. If you're not gluten-free, you can just gluten it all up with the regular noodles. And if you're not dairy-free, then you can just dairy it up with the regular cheese. That's the only difference. Yeah. So the lovely noodles that I chose today are called Banza. Banza elbows made from chickpeas, okay? Okay, so I follow the directions on the back of the box. Bring a large pot of salted water to a boil. It says about 8 cups. Add the Banza and stir and reduce to a simmer. Cook to desired firmness for 7 to 9 minutes. I'm not going to cook it 7 to 9 minutes though, because then I'm going to put it in the oven. So whatever it says on here, reduce it by a couple of minutes so it's not, because you don't want it to get mushy, right? All right, so anyway, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to put 8 cups of water in here. I'll be right back. I'm just going to fill up this pot with water, okay? Okay, what I love most about my cookware, it's by Pampered Chef, but it has little writing that you can hardly see on the inside. It really does, but you can't see it. Anyway, it tells you 1 quart, 2 quarts, like that, right? It's right there. I don't know why you can't see it, but anyway, it's just bad lighting. 8 cups is 2 quarts, so I just put 2 quarts of water. I just use that as my little measurement, so I don't have to use a measuring cup. Okay, and then salted water, I'm just gonna take a little bit of salt and I'm gonna dump it in like that. And then I'm gonna put it over here on the stove and I'm gonna turn it on high. And I'm gonna let it boil, okay? Yeah, no pasta in it yet. And then I'm gonna turn my, well, first, do y'all keep stuff in your stove? I mean, your oven? I keep my baking stuff in the oven. And then, oh yeah, I was gonna turn it on. And then I'm gonna hit bake. No, gotta unlock it. Okay. Bake at 350, and I'm gonna hit start. So it can go ahead and be warming up. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna boil the noodles, and then we're gonna drain the noodles, and then we're gonna put them in this little pretty little baking dish here. And we're gonna layer noodles and cheese and all that goodness. And then we're gonna stir up an egg in some milk and pour it over the top and pats of butter. Anyway, but that's it for right now. And when it comes to a boil, I'll be back and we'll pour the noodles in. Yeah, I'll be right back. All right, we got some angry water here. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna dump the whole box. And then we're gonna stir immediately. And we're gonna cut it down to a simmer, which I think is about like a 5. You know, it don't say simmer. You just gotta make this up yourself. So I say simmer's probably about a 5. Now, I wanna cook it for about 5 minutes, so it's sort of, kind of boiling-ish. But you have to keep it stirred, because just stopping for that long, it stuck a little bit on the bottom. So it's best if you just kind of stand here and stir it. You know, just not constant, but yeah, you just don't want it to stick. So there's no point in y'all watching me stir for 5 whole minutes. Oh, my garbage can lid's up, don't look. And so I'll be back after I get this stirred. I mean, cooked. Whatever, I'll be right back. Alrighty, it's been actually 6 minutes, so we're gonna turn that off, and we're gonna take this, I don't know why, and we're gonna put this in the sink. We're gonna take our pasta, however you wanna say it, our noodles, And we're just gonna, oops, we're gonna make a mess. Staying alive, staying alive. Staying alive, staying alive. Okay, then we're gonna put that back. Where are we gonna put it? We're gonna put it right there. And then we're gonna take our pasta and we're gonna give it a little shake and then we're gonna rinse it. Because rinsing it kind of gets the starch off of it, so it's not quite as starchy. I mean, I do like starchy, but I've also read that you're supposed to do this. So I do as I'm told. All right, we'll get that water out. Now I'm gonna go real fast and get it back over here. Did y'all see how fast that was? It was like lightning fast speed, okay? And I'm just gonna let that sit right there, maybe off the hot eye. And then on this here thing, we are going to, oh, wow. We're going to spoon some noodles and then some cheese and some noodles and then some cheese. But I didn't get the cheese out, so hold on. Okay, I'm back. I took my glasses off because I don't need to read anymore. All right, so now that that's had time to settle a little, we're just gonna pour some in there like that. All right, so we're just gonna put a little, and then we're just gonna take some cheese. Now I use Daiya, D-A-I-Y-A. Oh, I am gonna have to read because somebody's gonna wanna know what's in it. Coconut oil, safflower, chickpea protein, I don't know, xanthan gum, blah, blah, blah. Tapioca flour. So, I mean, unless you have a coconut allergy, I don't think this would have any other allergies for the common allergies. I mean, of course, everybody has new allergies every day popping up. You know what? I'm just going to dump all of that. This is the Italian cheese blend. I have only found it at Sprouts, which Sprouts is like Whole Foods. I've only found it there. The Italian cheese blend. Now, the other they do have at Publix. Now, this is mozzarella, and I'm just going to sprinkle some of this. Now, let me tell you something. If I was using for real cheese, I would grate my cheese instead of buying grated cheese because it melts better. Because when they grate the cheese ahead of time, it has some sort of waxy something on it that makes it not melt as well. Okay, and then I'm gonna add some cheddar. Ooh, just a little, just a little. We're just gonna add that. Okay, and then we're gonna add the rest of the noodles, okay? Make sure all that water's out and we're gonna dump the rest of it, okay? Get all in there, all right? Then we're just gonna spread it out. Because I rinsed it, it's not quite as hot. Ow! I'm just kidding, it didn't burn me. And then we're gonna put some more cheddar on the top. Yeah, more cheddar, we're just gonna lay that on there. We like cheese, okay? We do be liking the cheese. And then I'm going to use the rest of this mozzarella. Mozzarella. Oh, I don't have that much. Well, I have some more of that Italiano in the fridge, so please stand by. Now look, the beautiful thing about macaroni and cheese is you can make it however you want to. You could use pepper jack cheese. You could use some of that weird stinky cheese. You could use blue cheese, although I don't know that that would be that good, but you can use whatever you want to. You can combine cheeses. You don't have to stick to one cheese. I know a lot of people that use the Velveeta cheese in their macaroni and cheese. I can't use it because I'm allergic to cheese, right? I'm allergic to cow's milk, basically. I'm not lactose intolerant. Well, I am lactose intolerant, but I'm allergic. So I cannot just take a pill and eat it anyway. If I could, buddy, I would. Don't you know it? All right, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a cup, and my mom always used 1 egg, and then she'd pour milk over it. So I use Oatly, which is made from oats. I have found that it is the best milk for cooking in the dairy-free varieties, okay? Just gonna, not all the way full, but maybe 3/4 full. Let me just stir that up like that. Yeah, just gonna combine the egg with the milk. And what this does is you're gonna pour it over the top, but it helps keep those noodles juicy and keep them from drying out while it's baking. Because there's nothing worse than dried out macaroni and cheese. Am I right? Yeah. Then we're gonna bake it on 350 for 30 minutes. But before we take it out, I'm gonna switch it over to broil on low for just a couple of minutes, just to give it a nice kind of a crusty thing on the top. Maybe crusty is not a good word when you're talking about food, but it is what it is, all right? I think first I'll add my butter. Let's just go ahead and add the butter. I'm gonna have to get out some more butter. Gosh, I was ill prepared. I thought I had plenty of butter. All right, you get off of there, okay? All right, you get off of there. Look at there. I thought I had everything ready, but you honestly don't know until you start making a video and you realize, well, I thought I had that ready, but it's not. Another day of me not being perfect. All right, I'm just cutting off real thin, super thin pats of butter, and I'm just laying them on top. Y'all see that? I'm just laying them on top. You know why? Because butter makes everything better. Now, if you want to use margarine, that's your choice. I prefer butter because I figure if God made it, then it's okay for me to eat. I think that's plenty of butter. All right, and then I'm just gonna take my egg mixture and I'm just gonna pour it over the top. It's 9 pats of butter. I have a little bit extra because I used the rest of what was on that old thing. But basically 9 skinny little pats of butter. And I'm just pouring that over the top. And then for some reason, my mama always took a fork and she did like that. I don't know why, but this is my mama's recipe, so I'm gonna do the same thing. She might have been checking to see if there was enough juice in it, but I do it anyway, even though I don't know what I'm doing. But I tell you what, I may not know what I'm doing, but this is excellent, regardless if I know what each step means. That's a little salt that was left on the spoon. So I'm just gonna take a little salt and I'm gonna sprinkle it just all over the top like that, because salt makes everything better too. Oh, my butter thing turned over. My pepper cellar. Salt cellar? Pepper cellar. It turned over. And I like a lot of pepper on my macaroni and cheese. Now you could add any other seasonings you want to. Whatever makes you happy. You could add, I don't know, whatever kind of seasoning. You could add some paprika. You could add some chili pepper. I don't know. You do you, boo. This is how I do it, okay? Because this is how my mama did it. Now I'm going to take this and I'm going to put it in the oven for 30 minutes. And it's already set on 350. I'm going to hit timer 30 and start. And I'm just going to stick this bad boy in there. And then I'll be back to y'all in 30 minutes, okay? All right, it's been 30 minutes. We're gonna look at it. Oh, look at that. Can you see that deliciousness? All right, so what we're gonna do now is we're going to cancel off. Okay, we're gonna cancel the timer too. And then we're gonna put it on broil, maybe low broil. And we're gonna hit start. And that way it can, don't look at my feet. That way it can broil a little and get a little crunchy on top. Hold on, let me do it this way. This one's more impressive, I suppose. Look at that. I'll be back. I believe we're done, so I'm gonna hit cancel. And then I'm gonna get this little thing right here. We're gonna open it up. Look at that. Oh! Look at it. Look at its gorgeousness. Except I can't pick this up with one hand, so hold on. Okay. Whoop. Oh, that's hot. Ah. Okay, that's not a good oven mitt. I mean, I didn't get burned, but it was hot through the oven mitt, so I don't think that was a very good oven mitt. But y'all, oh my goodness. Y'all, look at that. Look at it, would ya? Let's get a little spoonful and try it, shall we? Hold on. Okay, we're just gonna use the same spoon and we're gonna just take out a chunk of deliciousness. Now I'm gonna cook some barbecue chicken to go with it. Whoo-wee! Now I know some people add panko breadcrumbs to theirs. There's all kinds of things you can do with macaroni and cheese. Just play, you know? My mouth's watering. But this is how my mama made her macaroni and cheese, except for hers was not gluten and dairy free. But, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. So just modify it to match your own specific needs. Look at that. Are you ready? It's gonna be hot. 1, 2. Shut up. So good. It's all juicy. None of it's dried out. Oh, hot. Right amount of salt, right amount of pepper. It tastes just like my mama's did. Ugh. When people say, ooh, that must suck to be gluten and dairy free. It did. I mean, it still does in some ways, but we've come a long way because we didn't used to have all these noodles and cheeses. So I went years without macaroni and cheese. Years. And I love me some macaroni and cheese, especially with barbecue chicken. Ugh. Anyway, that's going to be it for this video. I'm going to go eat the rest of this. I hope you enjoyed. Remember, I love you. Jesus loves you. I hope he's coming back soon, but maybe not till I finish this little bite of macaroni and cheese because I'm going to enjoy it. But I'm sure macaroni and cheese in heaven's going to be a lot better, right? Yeah. Okay. I'll talk to y'all tomorrow. Okay, bye-bye.